On September 18, 2024, a series of explosions rocked Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah members. The blasts, caused by explosives hidden in pagers, occurred across Lebanon and even impacted areas in Syria. The coordinated nature of the explosions suggested a well-planned operation. The use of pagers, an outdated device, raised questions about the vulnerability of older technology. These devices operate on analog frequencies, making them easier to intercept and manipulate. Hezbollah, known for its tight security, found itself reeling from the unexpected blow. The attacks exposed a vulnerability that had not been exploited in recent years. The organization launched an investigation to determine how their defenses were breached. The explosions left a trail of destruction and casualties. As the dust settled, the question on everyone's mind was who was responsible for this heinous act. In the aftermath of the pager bomb attacks, Hezbollah quickly blamed Israel. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah accused Israel of orchestrating the attacks and vowed retaliation. Israel remained tight-lipped, neither confirming nor denying involvement. Israeli officials suggested Hezbollah was responsible for its own misfortune. The accusations and counter-accusations heightened tensions in the region. The international community watched with bated breath, fearing a wider conflict. Sources within the intelligence community suggest the operation was a joint effort by Mossad and the Israeli military. The attacks are seen as a calculated move to disrupt Hezbollah's operations. The conflict between Israel and Hezbollah is deeply rooted in history, marked by decades of violence and mistrust. Hezbollah, a Shiite Muslim political party and militant group, was formed in the 1980s during the Lebanese Civil War. Its primary goal was to resist Israeli occupation of southern Lebanon. Over the years, Hezbollah has grown in strength and influence, becoming a major player in the regional power struggle. The 2006 Lebanon War marked a turning point, resulting in significant casualties and destruction. While the war ended in a UN-brokered ceasefire, it did little to resolve the underlying issues. In recent years, tensions have escalated again, fueled by the Syrian civil war and Hezbollah's growing arsenal. The pager bomb attacks are the latest chapter in this long and bloody conflict. While the geopolitical implications are significant, it is crucial to remember the human cost. The attacks claimed the lives of 9 innocent people, including a child, leaving families shattered. Hospitals across Lebanon were overwhelmed with casualties. Doctors and nurses worked tirelessly to save lives, battling fatigue and dwindling supplies. The attacks exposed the vulnerability of Lebanon's healthcare system. The psychological impact on the Lebanese people is immeasurable, leaving them in a state of constant fear. The international community reacted swiftly, expressing outrage and condemnation. The United Nations Security Council called for an immediate cessation of hostilities. The statement emphasized the importance of upholding international law and protecting civilians. The United States condemned the attacks but stopped short of explicitly blaming Hezbollah. The European Union called for a de-escalation of tensions and urged dialogue. Russia condemned the attacks and called for a thorough investigation. International organizations are providing humanitarian assistance to those affected. Despite the condemnation, the situation in Lebanon remained volatile. In the wake of the pager bomb attacks, the Middle East teeters on the brink of a wider conflict. Hezbollah, feeling vulnerable and enraged, vows a swift and decisive response. Israel is preparing for the possibility of a Hezbollah attack, bolstering its defenses. The international community faces a daunting challenge in preventing further escalation. Diplomatic efforts are underway, but deep-rooted mistrust makes a peaceful resolution elusive. As the world watches, the question remains: will cooler heads prevail, or will the attacks ignite a wider conflict?